Welcome back. My first video regarding the fertility and the miscarriages I've had covered my first 3 miscarriages and my first pregnancy. In this video, I just like to cover my second pregnancy and my last miscarriage. So what happened with my second pregnancy is that I got pregnant without the steroids, which was fine and normal, but a little bit concerning for me because I wasn't sure how much of an effect the steroids were having on the first pregnancy. So when I got pregnant, I contacted my HSARs because I wanted a little bit more support. And I thought if I can't start the steroids because it's too late, then I can at least start the progesterone. So I called the HSARs, fought a little bit, got a referral to a gynecologist, got a call with a gynecologist for an appointment, and I explained the situation to him and he gave me the prescription. Found it a little bit difficult to get that medication here. I had to go to the hospital's pharmacy to go and get it in Amersfoort, which is fine because I got it, and 9 months later my baby girl was born, so yay. Yeah, that showed me that I could get pregnant and carry a pregnancy full term without the steroids, which is a good thing because there are chances that the steroids can have negative effects. I think one of the outlying disclaimers, if you want to call it that the doctor warned me about before I had my first daughter was that it could cause, for an example, my cousin's son had clubfoot, where the feet aren't completely correctly formed and then they have to go through a bunch of different surgeries to correct it. It looks like he is doing very well and has, he's healed very nicely now. But that is a bit of a tough journey for kids as well to go on. But yeah, luckily for me, I did not need that. Well, I didn't go through that, and I didn't need the steroids on my second pregnancy. What happened then, though, is I had my second pregnancy was also a cesarean section. I think they do it a little bit differently in the Netherlands versus South Africa. So in South Africa, you stay in the hospital for 4 days, whereas in the Netherlands, you're only in the hospital typically for 24 to 48 hours. Now, I went in South Africa, I went in on the Thursday and I was out on the Sunday. Where here, I went in on the Tuesday and I was out on the Thursday. So the amount of time you're in hospital is a lot shorter. The support that you get, though, it's also very different. So in South Africa, when I left the hospital, that was it. You can call them and ask for referrals to a lactation consultant, I guess, if you want. But there was no real... Yeah, it was kind of like, here's your baby, take it, go home. Where for a first time, well, that's rather intimidating. Where in the Netherlands, I was in the hospital for 2 days. In that time, I saw various different lactation consultants. I had people helping me do everything. And then what is standard care in this country as well is you have kraamzorg. So you get before you're pregnant or before you have your child, while you're pregnant, while you're pregnant, you need to go, I think it's like once a month or so, you need to go to a verloskundige, which is a midwife. Regardless of whether you are like me going for a C-section or not, you go, they scan, For baby's heartbeat, you now and again have an ultrasound. And then after your pregnancy, you have kraamzorg. So you have a nurse that comes to you every day. They come in the morning, say 8, 9 o'clock. They're with you for 6, 7 hours a day, and then they go home. They are here to help you and baby. So it's important to note that if you're not happy with a person, you can change them. There's different agencies that you register with, and they will send you someone. You need to book it early-ish as well to make sure that you get someone. But yeah, the first, I want to say nurse, but it is kind of like a nurse. But the first one I had was timid, very, very nice, helping me with things. An older lady, very knowledgeable, very helpful and stuff. But I think just for me, I needed someone kind of to take charge in my house, to say, because I'm the kind of person where you ask me, what do you want to eat? I'm like, I don't know. Which makes me a difficult person. I completely understand that. But the first 7 days, which is what you generally get, I had this one lady. And then because my daughter had not picked up enough weight, I was allowed an extra 3 days. Extra 2 to 3 days, yes. And the lady I got for those days, she kind of took me by the scruff of the neck. She's like, what do you want? Can I make you some eggs? Can I make you a tuna sandwich? Can I make you, what can I make you? But she like took me on. She challenged me, which I loved. She also, she would ask me, can I wash your bedding for you? I think it's time. I think we need to do that. Let me help you to the shower and I'll quickly put your bedding in the machine and put new bedding on for you. Like that kind of, and I mean, this is normal in this country. They're typically not here to clean or whatever. Sometimes, because the general outline is they are here for me, the mommy, and for baby. But what happens sometimes as well is if I was busy feeding the baby, she would entertain my toddler, or she would vacuum, find something to do to be helpful, or washing. And that for me is so like, wow. And that's I had that support for 10 days after I got home. So the support in this country for having a child, for families, is amazing. But yeah. So that was my second pregnancy. After my second pregnancy, I recently now, a couple months ago, had another miscarriage. I did not get the referral to the gynecologist and the medication that I needed quick enough. And in all honesty, that was probably a combination of poor timing, my fault, a little bit a delay between the doctor and the gynae and all of that. And me also thinking it'll probably just be okay. My body has done this twice. So yeah, I had another one. I do actually now have medication on hand in case something would happen again. I also got, because after it happened, I still had the appointment with the gynecologist, and he said, you know what, so that we can avoid this happening again, I'm going to send a standing script to your doctor so that if you do get pregnant, you can just go and collect the medication and you'll be okay. Which I felt that was really considerate of the doctor. But yeah, so my husband and I are at the moment on a shouldn't we have another monster, and I'm hoping that in the following year I can give you a little bit of happy news and be done with the sad news. But yeah, I hope this helps someone in some way. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm not sure if there's anything that I maybe didn't cover in depth enough. This is literally just me having a coffee and a conversation. But yeah, thanks for listening. Have a good day.